We are going to start with the F40 set of parts with the interior. Starting with the interior, we have the underdash. That's what everything gets mounted to. Underdash has the front tray, the front for the windshield, where the windshield sits. For our dash, we have right here, this is just experimenting with dash material. We have some little extras like the holder for the controls. This is the gauge cluster that goes from behind, and you can see it kicks all the gauges off at that angle, the proper angle. The gauge cluster hood. Up underneath here we have the snorkel for the air. That gets bonded onto the dash. We've got the part that goes under the dash, and this is the AC vents that go up from behind. We've got the AC vents, and those spin inside of there, and then that's going to hook onto your AC or fresh air. We've got the passenger kick panel footrest area. This from Ferrari. I don't think you can get it anymore. It's $2,000 or $3,000, just to let you know. Crazy price. A pillars, B pillars, or I'm sorry, different B pillars. Right here we've got center console, front piece, middle piece. This is a trim piece that goes in there and then gets screwed down to the sides. Over here we've got the piece of aluminum. We don't curve it, so you'll have to curve that yourself, but that is the kick panel right next to the accelerator. We've got headliner with the A-pillar pieces. Moving back, the part that goes behind the seats. This is about a 1/4 inch thick. Is finished off on the back side also. Then starting up at the front end, we've got the front frame section. Now these we do not weld in place onto the inside. There's a steel bar that goes up around the whole entire front. This would get welded to it. Now this also gets a Delrin bushing that goes inside, and then you've got the pin that goes inside of there. So this is all needs to be adjusted to your car. That doesn't get welded in place by us. The brackets also. So these are brackets that get welded onto your 308, 328, and those will not get welded onto here because just a slight adjustment makes a big difference to how you're putting your front end on. So that's welded on by you. Now moving on, headlights. The headlight trim piece. All we have so far are the buckets. These buckets. Lighting is really difficult to get. The glass piece almost impossible to get for now. Front spoiler lip. Entire front bonnet. Now if you could look up underneath the front bonnet, this is the cover for right there. You can see the ducting is in place. You can see the ducting is in place for the Nakaducks. A-arm for the A-arms. This is the door cap. When you open the door, that would go right around here. Lots of parts here. So you've got door hinges. We do not install these. Those would go inside of the door. You can put them where you feel you would need them, or if you want larger ones, this is about the size that Ferrari used. The cars that we build, we usually make these a little bigger, but these will work for you if it works for Ferrari. So it would go something like that. That would get bonded to the inside of the door. Okay, we've got fender shields. We have mirror. We have door handles, which show you the door handles with the keys. So this whole mechanism is spring-loaded. A bit difficult to show you with one hand, but there's the door handles. Grills that go up on the inside. We don't have the lower grill, that is just a screen material. Moving to this is a modified, side crash bar cover. This is modified to fit like a 308, 328. Every car is different. You're probably gonna have to take this and modify it to fit into your car. Backsplash panels. This again, so that you can duct these exactly where you want them. We do not bond these onto the splash panel piece. They get bonded on there. Once you put the splash panel on, you can bond this onto the back side exactly where you want it to move it slightly back and forth. Or okay, this is, let's go back to the quarter panels. Quarter panels, we don't have bonnet latches yet, but we can get those from a source. For gas door hinges, from what I understand, you can use a 355. This is metal piece, need to be drilled out, and that's the locating hole pin for the rear bonnet closing in on the quarter panels. And this is little finishing piece, little piece of rubber. Roof section, and we'll continue this video on a second video now with the roof.